African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 1st of September, 2024. The Russian armed forces continue to conduct a special military operation to repel the attempted invasion of the Ukrainian armed forces into the Russian Federation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Volchansk and Liptsov directions inflicted defeat on formations of the 82nd and 92nd Airborne Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces in the areas of the settlements of Kharkiv and Volchansk in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 30 servicemen, a tank, an armored personnel carrier for vehicles, 3 122mm D-30 howitzers, and a Czech-made Vampire multiple launch rocket system combat vehicle. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 44th and 115th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 119th Territorial Defense Brigade, and the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov in the areas of the settlements of Petropavlovka, Krebliakovka in the Kharkiv region, and Yampol and Krasny Lyman in the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled 4 counterattacks by units of the 116th Mechanized, 77th Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and 1 National Guard battalion. The enemy's losses amounted to 510 servicemen, a tank, a Cossack combat armored vehicle, and 9 vehicles. During the counter-battery operation, the following were destroyed: a 155mm as 90 Braveheart self-propelled artillery unit made in the UK, 155mm M777 and M198 howitzers made in the US, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, a 105mm L119 howitzer made in the UK, and /TPQ-36 counter-battery radar made in the US. As a result of successful actions by units of the Southern Group of Troops, the settlement of Vyemka of the Donetsk People's Republic was liberated. In addition, the manpower and equipment of the 24th, 30th, 54th, 93rd Mechanized, 56th Motorized Infantry, 46th Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Ostro, Zaliznyansk, Chasov Yar, Stopochki, and Antonovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks by assault groups of the 116th Territorial Defense Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost up to 660 soldiers, a tank, and 5 vehicles. During the counter-battery battle, the following were destroyed: a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit M109 Paladin made in the USA, 2 155mm self-propelled artillery units Crab made in Poland, 2 152mm guns D-20, 2 122mm howitzers D-30, a 105mm howitzer L119 made in Great Britain, and 2 electronic warfare stations. 3 ammunition depots were also destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces have actively liberated the settlement of Tiki in the Donetsk People's Republic and continue to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense. The formations of the 32nd, 53rd, 117th, 151st Mechanized, 142nd Infantry Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 37th Marine Brigade, the 15th National Guard Brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Kalinovo, Dzerzhinsk, Grodovka, Dimitrov, Leonidovka, Mykolovka, Nikolaevka, and Seledovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled 8 counterattacks by assault groups of the 53rd Mechanized, 142nd Infantry, 71st Jaeger, 25th Airborne Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 12th and 14th Brigades of the National Guard, and the Light Assault Brigade of the National Police of Ukraine. The enemy's losses amounted to 560 servicemen, a tank, 4 armored combat vehicles, 5 cars, 2 122mm self-propelled artillery units Gvozdika, and 5 122mm howitzers D-30. Units of the East Force Group improved their tactical position, inflicted damage on the manpower and equipment of the 58th, 72nd Mechanized, 58th Motorized Infantry Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Vodyanoye, Novokrenka, and Razliv of the Donetsk People's Republic. The counterattack of the assault group of the 72nd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was repelled. The enemy lost up to 100 soldiers, a tank, 2 vehicles, a Polish-made 155mm Krab self-propelled artillery unit, and a US-made 155mm M198 howitzer. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on formations of the 141st Infantry, 31st Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 37th Marine Brigade and 124th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Maly Sherbaki, Molotokh-Machka in the Zaporizhia region, Zmivka and Veselo in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 60 servicemen, 2 vehicles, and 2 155mm howitzers FH-70 made in Great Britain. Operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian armed forces destroyed an Israeli-made RPS-42 air surveillance radar station, damaged workshops for assembling unmanned aerial vehicles and hangars for storing them in the Kharkiv region, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 133 districts. Air defense systems shot down 3 French-made Hammer guided aerial bombs, 6 US-made HIMARS and Czech-made Vampire MLRS rockets, as well as 171 unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 641 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 30,920 unmanned aerial vehicles, 575 anti-aircraft missile systems, 17,801 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,434 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 13,898 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 25,501 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.